All right, everybody. Now we're going to delve into part two. Last time we talked about making claims and using evidence to back up our claims. And now we're going to get into the race strategy where we take our evidence and claim and turn it into a writing. Check out this video.
Yes, y'all better get on this race strategy. Ain't nothing to it but to do it, baby. Sooner you get it, the sooner you can use it. If you want to race, if you're trying to ace, that ELA. Every set practice every day. You gotta restate the question, and then you answer the question. Then you cite from the text and explain how it fits. If you want to race, hey, you gotta ace. That ELA. Any sub practice every day. Do it. You better restate the question before you answer the question. Then you cite from the text. Evident. Explain how it fits. Makes sense. Race, race, race to it. Race, race, race.
So, when we restate the question, that's letter R, we're turning the question into a statement. So here's the topic. Explain what can be done about bullying in school. The question was, what are some ways students can stop bullying in their school? And I might restate that by saying bullying is a huge problem in many schools. There are several steps students can take to help stop this problem in their school. And in that sense, I'm taking the question and I'm restating it. So how would we answer the question? That's letter A. A stands for answer the question. And in this, we're going to answer all parts of the question. The question was, what are some ways students can help bullying in their school? And it says one thing students can do is participate in a school-wide effort committed to speaking out against bullying. So there's the answer to the question. And then we want to cite our evidence. Now, our evidence comes from the things we read, as we talked about before, the things we observe. And so in that sense, we are quoting the text. And we're using the parts of the text to support our claim. If you notice, these are some sentence starters we can use to cite the evidence. Like we may say, the author states, we might use for example, for instance, we might refer to the book according to whatever the name of the article or the book is, or the author that wrote it. We might refer to a particular paragraph or page number. So these are different ways that we can cite the evidence. And this example says, according to the author, research has shown that students who participate in anti-bullying programs in their schools are more likely to have empathy for students who experience bullying. The next thing we want to do is explain how the evidence fits with the answer and the question. And we are explaining the text evidence that supports our answer. In this part, we can also use our background knowledge and experience about the topics. And the example says, one example of this is a poster contest my school had. The topic was stand up to bullies. The contest seemed to make students really think about how hurtful bullying can be. So here you have a organizer that we can use to set up our constructive response writing, our race writing. We said before, we restate the question or we reword it. We answer the question. We might say what we think or what we believe. We cite the evidence. And here are some examples of that. And then we explain how the quote fits with what we have given as our answer. And then here's some ways to start the sentence for that. So we're going to use this organizer when we write our constructed response about the topic that we're working on in this unit. Now, this part here is an example of what it would look like all together. You see in the yellow, you're restating the question into a statement. This part here, you're answering the question. Here you are citing the evidence. And here you are explaining how that evidence fits with the answer that you gave. So when we do this, we're showing that we understand what we have read and we're able to apply it to what we think about what we read. Now, what we're going to do as a to kind of go over this strategy is we're going to go back to the chapter 1 activity that we did where we put the evidence, the quotes from the chapter under each of these claims. So let's pull that out. We're going to look at these 3 claims and the evidence that we used, and we're going to see how it fits with the race strategy.